fermented Chinese black tea is what I get.
B30. That is the winner of this lineup here.
Yo.
Welcome to SF Whisky, guys. We have Bunnahabhain, the distillery with more letters than it knows what to do with, you know? Bunnahabhain. Oh my goodness. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 characters. Wow. what were they thinking? Alright. What was it, Stewart, who told us like they were very lazy with their language or whatever? It was like they just anyway.
Well, it does show some of the history of the island because Haven is, I believe, either Germanic or Nordic in its origin because Haven is like a cove.
I know, man. All right, Bunnahabhain cask strength 12 year, coming at 56.6%. Finished in
Sherry cask, but I think they mainly use Oloroso.
Yeah. It should be noted that like Bunnahabhain does both peated and unpeated. So that's
And these are all unpeated that we have on the tabletop today.
The peated expressions are labeled Moine,
Yes.
M-O-I-N-E.
For single cast and for the core releases, at least currently, I don't know about stuff a couple of decades ago, but at least the current convention is that.
Anywho,
yeah.
Bunnahabhain 23-year-old coming in at 23.3% on that guy. And then the third one in today's lineup is the Bunnahabhain 30-year-old. 30-year-old.
Independent bottling from Rites of Passage.
Wow. Okay. And that's coming in at cask number 5432A. Distilled 1991. Born in 2022 with an ABV of 47.3%.
Yeah. Angels got thirsty over the years.
Wow, that's a lot of angel share that kind of got out of that.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and start off with the 12-year. Work way up, or do you want to go backwards and go like, Pal's still fresh-ish, go 30-year first?
No,
No.
the 12 is good. The 12 is good.
All right, 12 first. Ooh, that's really dark.
Yeah.
That's really dark. Okay, that's reminding me of some things. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious! I gotta look up the whiskey base.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is the 2022 cask strength off.
Yeah. The other ones I've tried did not hit the same mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was the ABV?
56 point something.
Wow. 88 on whiskey base, and this is like $100 bottle. What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck? Well, that's a price. That is an El Cheapo for a great solid one, then, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what American bourbon would scale at 88. Jeez Louise.
I mean,
I don't even want to think about the price when it scales to 88.
Right?
Yeah.
when I first had, or when Adrian and I first had the ability to try it, it was over at Aaron's house.
Yeah. Yes.
And I would say
we were floored by it.
exactly.
Isn't that a little bit sad that like a core release on the Scotch side you can buy for a relatively good price, but a core release on the bourbon side, it's always going to be on secondary. You can never find it in the shops anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that speak volumes of like where we're at?
Oh,
Yeah.
to be fair, this is a limited release.
This is a limited release. This is not a
Yeah,
this
this is a limited.
This is not the standard 12. This is the cask strength. They do one every year, or at least they try to. But yeah, it's.
Well,
it's
let me put it this way: can I buy an MSRP if it's possible?
Not an MSRP, but there is a reasonable place. I don't really want to say it on camera just because it is a bit of a honeypot.
I can buy it from Whiskey Exchange for $100.
For $100, but for shipping. There's a
Yeah,
place
so you're gonna pay double for
yeah. But there is a place in New Jersey that's
I'm
where
I'm
I
just
got
saying
that.
you can still buy it at close to MSRP.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
thing.
about 150 right
Yeah,
now.
Like,
150.
I mean, like compared to like the heyday of some of like the stuff that was very reasonably priced in the bourbon world last year when it was like the absolute heyday. It's like you couldn't buy anything that was worth trying at that price. It was like minimum price $200. You know, Maker's Marcellar just go to like what 400, 500. You know,
like 400.
and that was very mediocre at the end of the day. You know?
Right.
Yes. Got a cool bottle.
I guess so. All right, let's go in.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, what you guys think of the nose? What do you guys get?
Figs.
Figs, yeah, stewed fruits and figs.
Stewed
and
fruits,
like a
yeah.
little bit of that like deep oak.
Yeah.
You get it from a proper like nice cask.
You can almost smell the color, if that makes sense.
Honestly, I get a little bit of salt on the nose.
But
But the thing is, like, Bunnahabhain, I mean, this feels like to
Yeah.
me like a Glengoyne. Like something like warm, tubby, very meaty and rich, you know? This is not what I normally associate with Bunnahabhain. This is very espresso
Espresso.
Mm.
on the palate, But this is delightful.
I always get like so. I always try to have like my target, my ideal for a Bunnahabhain, right, is salted caramel with like stewed fruits. That's the like ideal that I strive for a Bunnahabhain. This one, the salinity is definitely on the nose, but it's a little bit lacking in the palate.
Mhm.
But what it lacks, it does make up for it in like richness and depth.
On the tip of your tongue, after you take a sip, after it goes down, I think there may be a little residual of that saltiness, the Isla salt.
Yeah, it's just that brininess that because Isla's just exposed to the, especially where Bunnahabhain's located on the island. It's not in that that bay, that cove that a lot of famous island distilleries are located. It's northeast, so it's facing the North Sea, if I remember correctly.
Got it.
So it is completely exposed to the elements.
Got it.
You know what? I am going to give it an 89. It's giving me a good experience. Let's have the Gundrana Canto cast. I'm going to give it an 89.
Yeah.
I really love that
think
nose.
so,
That
yeah.
nose is just absolutely delightful.
Yeah. And I think the more I drink it, I think that slight salinity is starting to come out right at the very back. It's starting to poke its head out.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit. And I think that's nice because you're gonna have a journey from when you first pour it to when you're drinking down that
Yes.
glass.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna evolve.
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that is delicious.
Yeah.
Really, really, really delicious. Okay, I like this review over here. Superb, rich, dense sherry, Oloroso. Yep, almost like a Glenallachie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do that. Yeah.
It doesn't have the funk of a Glen, at least like a proper like Glenallachie, Oloroso single cask.
That's fair.
But again, this is not a single cask. This is just cask strength. But
Yeah.
So it's blended and then
yeah,
kind of-
there's probably a vatting of like different casks that
Yeah.
they selected.
These
Minimum
were
of 12 age. I don't know what the oldest is, but definitely at least 12 years.
yeah. This was a very hard bottle to find in 2022 though. We were looking.
Yes.
We couldn't find it until it hit. I think
2023.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit, and then 2024 is when we actually like anchored it.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't physically see a bottle of that until 2023. We didn't try it until 2023, and then we acquired it.
Yeah.
In 2024.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Whiskey Base has a 23-year-old at lower ranking than this one. Oh boy! All right, 23. Let's try it. Let's explore this one.
All right.
You know, the nose is more delicate.
So this one, what's interesting about this one is that this is a marriage of 3 different sherry casks. So this one is, I believe, Oloroso, Manzanilla, and I can't remember the third one.
Amontillado.
Montiato.
Oh,
So this-
your flex bottle from Kevlon.
Oh, that's his. That's not mine. But this one, so every year, I believe on Isla, the story behind this bottle is that every year on Isla, they have a festival called Fegio, right? Which is where a bunch of whiskey distilleries and other culturally important things on Isla get together. They have this huge festival.
Veggie just sounds like a really slurred way, like veggie.
Well, I mean, that's
represent like like maybe a first pronunciation like
right.
fatil, you know?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
True.
But I mean, from what I was told from an actual Scotsman, is like the Scots are lazy. What you do is like you take that pronunciation, you find the laziest the laziest way to say it, and then slur it.
Yeah.
Is what I was told.
So that means when
You to have it.
so that means when you're drunk slurring your words. people
Exactly.
can't tell.
It's
Sure.
more, the nose is more nuanced.
Yes.
It's more nuanced. Not that like that heavy 12-year. Like, 12 years kind of like I'm thinking in my head, like, he's like the one guy who came in for like the bodybuilding, and he's swole with a lot of like water in there versus not a whole lot of like substance in there. Oh, let's go on the palate.
Yeah, definitely different. Lot.
It's vegetal.
Yeah.
A little vegetalness,
Very.
I think it's the different types of sherries coming back together.
I'm getting a strong mushroom note almost.
Mushroom.
Mushroom, yeah.
I gotta say, as a sweet fiend, I do prefer the first one.
Same.
Uh,
I think this is a meaty shiitake.
yeah. I think it's
Fresh
interesting.
meaty, yeah.
I'm probably gonna give it an 87 though. I'm not loving it.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
I mean,
I like it because it's interesting. I think it's very, very unique. And I think that's the point of Fegio bottlings, where like they try to highlight different things. And maybe this is because I'm also a huge Buna.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Buna fan, so I might have a slight bias here. But
with the context that you're going to an aisle of whiskey drinkers and you want to kind of bring something a little bit new to the table, again, because you're right.
Yeah.
The 12 is a very, very classic Scotch, like deep Oloroso sherry flavor. I get that, So if you wanted to stir the pot, if you will, throw in a mushroom,
Yeah.
And the problem is, not every experiment's perfect. So
I think they did a pretty good job for this one, because this one,
it has execution is good.
Yeah,
the intention was mushroom and different,
but it's different than standard Bunnahabhains, I will say, because again, if somebody were asking me what do you think of Bunnahabhain? Salted caramel, stewed fruit jam. That's not really either of those.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole entire argument that say leave it to the IBs,
Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
I mean, in general, I would probably err on the side of leaving it to the IBs for this, because it's too far from the standard profile. Because as a company, I feel like you need to follow a certain path in terms of who you're selling it to.
Right.
That's my only issue.
To be fair, this is only available on their website, and it's hidden for whatever reason. You cannot find it on the standard.
Oh, really?
2024 Isla Fegio release.
I wonder why.
I don't know if it's a coding error or whatever, but it was kind of hidden. You had to actually search for it. For a while there, it was easily accessible, but
until it disappeared,
until it disappeared, until you had to really dig into the website to find it.
So then, is that the role of the IBs to find releases that are just out of the norm for the course?
I guess so. 50-50 on that. IBs, I feel, are a good way for people to get into, especially really hyped distilleries. Like, for example, that Macallan that you have on the tabletop there. It's a good way for people to get into what is a single barrel Macallan supposed to taste like, without having to pay single barrel Macallan pricing. But on the other hand, IBs as well have the ability to really dive into a distillery's warehouse and select a cask that is unique amongst what normally people associate with that distillery.
I mean, something I'll throw in, it is about bourbon and not Scotch necessarily. For bourbon, they have these, not just IBs, but they have whole other companies that are specifically designed to have direct partnerships to grab it. Not necessarily an IB where they vat a bunch of it.
Right.
And that profile would never fit in their standard lineup. So I think that's where I would put this, not in an IB, but in the middle ground.
Right.
If that makes sense.
All right. What's the last one? What we got here on the last one?
So the last one is an IB from Rites of Passage, and the story about this this particular barrel is that it was in the Bunnahabhain warehouse for, I forgot exactly how many years. It was either 21 or 23 years. They actually forgot about it. It was put into a first filled Oloroso cask, right? They forgot about it. And it was just kind of left back there to gather dust. And then it was discovered again, and then it was rebarreled again in a second first filled Oloroso cask. So it went through two first filled Olorosos, hence the color.
That is dark as like ink. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
That is dark.
Yes.
All right, let's pop it open.
Cool.
B30. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
This
the
is
heck?
definitely for people that love, fully matured scotches in sherry casks. It is definitely
Oh
not
my
for
God.
somebody that likes the pure distillate experience.
Yeah.
That is the
The
complete
nose is
opposite.
a 92 automatically.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
starting 92.
All right, I mean, that's the reason why I said we had to pour this out early.
Yeah.
We had to pour this out
Yep.
early.
Yeah, I mean that this has been opening up for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes
Mhm.
almost. You know,
Yes.
yeah. There's some slow openers, definitely. The Hibiki 30 is the same way, you know, which kind of makes you think that like this is not something that you can stock in a bar.
No,
Yeah.
because at the bar you drink it right off the bat. It can be completely lost. I tried that when I first cracked it open. I did a quick taste. It was completely disappointing. Just like I think we all felt this way with
Karuizawa, actually.
yeah, the Karuizawa,
Yeah,
but
the Yuga.
You know,
a more like relatable one would be the the Glenchinock Grandeur that we tried at Amador. I feel like when they cracked that open, it fell flat.
Yeah.
But after, especially since we did that, bottle split and me getting the larger bottle, it had that air pocket. It really, really opened up.
Yeah.
because I remember you were regretting that.
I regretted it the moment I bought it.
Yeah, I don't actually.
Now
Now,
that you let it
let's
open it up.
I let it
Plus,
up.
yeah.
So, pro tip:
Yeah.
anything older than 20 years old, order it first at the bar. Get some food. 20 minutes later, go for it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It just needs that time to open because it's just so old that it needs to open up.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, that is a 92. Where's a 92 on the top?
I'm getting
Wow.
Ray, are you a big tea drinker?
No.
No. I'm getting
But yeah,
a lot of
black tea.
black
Yeah,
tea, like
Black tea.
fermented Chinese black tea is what I get.
Yeah. As an additional characteristic.
Yes,
right?
yes. It's got that like old leathery like deep taste, which is indicative of something like pu'er tea that you get in for like Chinese aged tea.
But that's not why this gets a 92 though. You know? It's the fact that everything is so integrated. You get highs and lows of the sweet, of the savories, of the everything in between.
Mhm.
And it goes and continues to kind of like tickle your palate all the way to the finish. That's why it gets a 92.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know? This is why you can't beat age. You can't beat
No.
age, you know?
No.
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 You can.
Although this was aged for 30 years, it still wouldn't be
Yeah.
gaming good.
No.
No.
Like a lot of the rapid age stuff, that's where they fall short. They
Yeah.
still have the astringency. There's no integration. Like, like it's great integration. I mean, but nowhere like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
More than that, it's like, you know, the blending took away so much. I would have loved, as a thought experiment, to try out the ingredients before they blended it.
Yeah.
That would have been really
Yeah.
interesting, right?
They might have a manzanilla.
Yeah, they
I think
have a
had
manzanilla.
I think they had a manzanilla. I don't know if it's from the same vatting, but I remember they did have a manzanilla on their website.
And I don't know if it's a full manzanilla.
It might be a finished one. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I got this was because this was fully matured in 3 different types of sherries that they blended, that they
Yeah.
married back together. It was from same distillate, so same time period as well for each maturation. So I
How
thought
about this as an idea? If they had decided to say, we're going to have 2 sets of casks.
Mhm.
We're going to have casks that we will distribute as solo, and then these 3 casks become a single bottling. And then they leave it as a 4-top for a tasting set.
So,
That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting.
So you're thinking about kind of like Isle of Rasse kind of thing. I don't know if you know that
No.
one. Yeah, they have like a core release which they call a lightly peated, but that's a maturation of both 50-50 peated, unpeated distillate, which is then like further broken down in each one, where like they have X rye, X bourbon, and X Bordeaux. All of those come together into the thing, and yet they offer the single barrel variations for each individual ingredient that goes into
Wow.
the master blend.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Yes. that was my hesitation in getting the new 2024 cask strength because it's a 21 year. Was it PX or Oloroso? I forgot. It was either one of the two. It was either 21 years of PX or Oloroso, and then it was finished in the other one. I don't remember the.
It should be 21 Oloroso and then a finish.
Finished in PX.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I was hesitant about because like if you're doing a proper Bunnahabhain at 21 years, you shouldn't need to finish it anything. It should just be good after 21 years as a Bunnahabhain matured in Oloroso.
Released by Bunnahabhain, yes.
Yes.
And IB maybe like, you know what? I'm a speed
No, yeah.
and they can do whatever they want. You know?
It's a core release. It's their limited release. I don't want to say core release, but limited release from Bunnahabhain from this year. But it actually came out very, very late this year because it came out in, I believe, August or September.
I mean, you know me that like I'm not a big fan of anything sub 50% ABV, but like this 30%. Oh my god!
I wanted to challenge you a little bit on this one, Ray.
All right, this is the first Bunna that I've actually liked. Like that, this is like an anchor point in my whiskey journey.
It is
right
still
now,
available.
Yeah.
If you want to get it, it's at Healthy Spirits.
It's not too bad either. It's what?
It's like
600?
700 for
700
Healthy
Wow.
Spirits.
They charge a premium.
I mean, 700 for a 92er. I mean, that's worth it. That's actually worth it.
Yeah.
All right, B30. That is the winner of this lineup here by a mile. What the whiskey base good? No, I gotta find out. Whiskey base, Bunna.
Put Rites of Passage. Yeah, Bunnahabhain Rites of Passage.
Or ChatGPT. Find out.
Yeah.
90.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
Nope, that's the one that we want.
That's a Reddit, yeah.
I'm actually curious to see what the Reddit people have to say.
No, I don't want to see that. Okay.
Is there even an
This might be just by the bottler.
Right to pass?
Oh, no, it has it.
No, it hasn't. Okay.
There you go. Oh,
They
it's an
don't have it.
Epicurean selection. I did not realize that.
Is
They don't have it. They don't have it. This is 99. Oh, this is 99.1.
1991. Try
Oh,
to see.
oh,
Yep,
that
there
is
you
the
go.
one. That is the
Yeah.
one. That is the one. Oh,
89.8, almost 90.
fuck them, man.
So now we need to find the people at Epicurean and be like, thank you so much
Right.
for selecting this amazing
Epicurean
beer.
So, yeah.
Epic
So
shit.
one thing, this actually comes
This
in a
is
huge
better
way.
than the Glendronach. You gotta admit to that, you know. I mean, this is better than the Glendronach.
I am getting a cool Glendronach in.
Oh man.
A single cask. It is an Oloroso cask as well, so we'll see how that measures up.
We'll see if it's decent enough.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Let's go ahead and cap this off. All right. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.